All right, 6-1 notes. This is just graphing inequalities. So a couple things you need to know are your inequality symbols. So this first one right here, this means less than. And that is a dotted line, and we will shade below. And I'll explain what that means here in just a little bit. This one is less than or equal to. When there is a solid line, you draw a solid line, and since it's less than, we're going to shade below. This one is greater than. And since there's not a line on that inequality below it, then we do a dotted line, and it's greater, so you're going to shade above. And this last one is greater than or equal to. And so when it has that equal to part, it has that line underneath the inequality symbol. That means you have a solid line, and for that one, you're going to shade above. So what I mean about shading below and shading above, we'll get into these examples so you know what I am talking about. So for this first one, I have to identify a couple of things. First thing I'm going to look at is this symbol right here. So out of the four we just did, this is a greater than or equal to. Since it is a solid line, because I know that I have this line underneath it, I know it's going to be solid. And since it's greater, I know I'm going to shade above. This is also in the format of y, of slope-intercept form, because here's your y and then it's mx plus b. So I know my slope is going to be -3, and I know my y-intercept is 0, 4. So I can go ahead and plot this 0, 4. So up here, -3 means down 3 and over 1, down 3 and over 1, down 3 and over 1, and that's as far as I can go. It's going to be a solid line, so I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots as best as I can. And then you shade above. So you're going to shade all this stuff above. So what this means is anything that is in this shaded region will be a solution to this problem. What that also means is that since this is a solid line, anything that's on the line, any point on that line will also be a solution. So let's just pick a point. Let's do this point right here, 3, 1. 3, 1 is in the shaded region, so yes, that is a solution to this problem. And that's it. That's all you have to do. So number 2. First, if you look at the inequality up here, since I have this line underneath, I know it's going to be a solid line, and that is a less than symbol, so I know I have to shade below. Since y is all by itself on that one side of the inequality, I know this is going to be mx plus b. So my slope here is 3/5. My y-intercept is 0, -5. So 0, -5, and then my slope is 3/5, so up 3, 1, 2, 3, and over 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I can't go any more, so I'm going to go ahead and connect my dots. And that's a solid line. And I have to shade below. So we can pick a point this time, any point. So let's pick -1, 2. So here's a point, -1, 2. Is that in the solution set for this inequality? And it's not. It's not on the line. It's not in the shaded region, so the answer is no. Okay. Number 3. Okay, so again, first thing that you look at is your inequality symbol. There's no line underneath it, so I know it's going to be dotted. That is a greater than symbol, so I know I'm going to shade above. Again, there's my y, there's an x, so it says mx plus b. So my slope is -1, my y-intercept is 0, -5. So I'm going to graph 0, -5, and my slope is -1, so that means down 1 over 1. And since that's as far as I can go, I'm going to do the opposite. So up 1, whoops, don't even do that. Up 1 over 1, 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 up 1 over 1. And it's dotted, so that means you do dashes. You don't connect the dots. And then you're shading above, so all of this here is shaded. So any point in this shaded region is a solution to this inequality. But if I pick the point, let's just do 0, -5. Because that line is dotted, that is not a solution. Now, if it was a solid line, it would be. Okay, number 4. First thing on number 4 is I'm going to do, look at my inequality symbol. So that is going to be dotted, and it's greater than, so it'll be shaded above. This is a little bit different because I don't have an x. So I know my y-intercept is going to be here at 0, -4. So 0, -4. And I know I'm dealing with the y, so that means it has to cut through this y-axis. So I know the slope of that is going to be 0. And then since I'm shading above this line, then all of this, all of these are the answers. Everything that I'm shading in this solution set. So if we pick the point, let's just do 2, 2. Then yes, that is a solution to the answer. Right, about halfway done. So number 5. Again, same thing. This is going to be a dotted line. It's going to be shaded above. My slope is 2. Y-intercept is 0, -5. Dotted because I don't have the equal sign underneath it. Shaded above because it's greater than. And we know slope-intercept form. So I have 0, -5. Slope is 2. So up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. It's dotted, so I'm going to do dashes. And shade above, so I'm going to shade all of this up here. So for this one, I can pick, like, let's do 5, -4. That is not in the solution set because it's not in the shaded region. Okay. Number 6. This is going to be a solid line. That's greater than, so I shaded it above. My slope is 7 over 4. Y-intercept is 0, 2. So 0, 2, 7 over 4. I can't quite go up 7, so I'm going to do the opposite. I'm going to go down 7. So instead of going up 7 and over right, I'm going to go down to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to connect my dots. And shade above. So if I do the point -4, -5, that would be a solution because it's on a solid line. Okay, 2 more. So for this one, I know this is going to be dotted. I know it's going to be shaded below. I'm going to be here on the x-axis at -5. So it's dotted, so I can go straight up and down. And it says less than, so less than would be to the left in a case like this. So I can pick the point -6, 2, and that would be in the shaded region. And the reason why I know that it's going to the left is because this says x has to be less than -5. If I went to the right, all these x values on the x-axis, -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, and so on, those are all greater than -5. So the only way I can go is to the left. Okay, last one. So I know this one's going to be solid. It's less than, so I shade below. My slope is 4/3, and my y-intercept is 0, -4. 0, -4. So I'm going to go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and over 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, over 3. And that's as far as I can go. It's solid, so I'm going to connect them as best as I can. Shade below. And so I can pick the point 5, -3. That's in the shaded region, so that would be a solution. And that is it. That's how you do That's how you graph inequalities.